Spin down dance, spin down dance. Makes you wanna not wear pants. Hello, peoples. I am Michelle. This is my Hospital by the Vita, and you're watching Once We Left the Rebels NYC. Today, this morning, feeling a wee bit grumpy, a little bit grumpy. Also, I have not joined the Antifa, although I do enjoy them. What's happening right now is, on one hand, it's a fucking heat wave again in New York City, to the point where I'm like, why do I live here? So I am medically sensitive to the heat. And so I have to have the AC on, but at the same time, the AC fucks with my throat, triggers my bronchial spasms, and then, as I'm finding out lately, triggers some of those fun dysphagia symptoms, which is when you have problems swallowing food and water. It's enjoyable. Another reason why I'm feeling a little bit irritable, perhaps a bit nervous, is that today is my nurse assessment appointment, where a nurse is going to come, I think 2 people are going to come to my home and then decide how many hours Medicaid, which I was recently approved for, they're going to tell me how many hours I'm going to get with my home health aide. And that has been a source of sadness and anxiety, because lately I've had to pay out of pocket, because Medicare was like, maybe we'll give you 2 hours 4 days a week for 3 weeks, but that's it. Doesn't matter if you're mostly bedbound, we don't give a fuck. And so what's been happening as a result is that I've had to dip into my savings and pay out of pocket, but which has resulted in me just watching my savings just bleed out. Man, I mean, on one hand, I am glad that the people who I've hired are getting a fair living, like a fair living wage, or a fair livable wage. But at the same time, for me, as a person who is on a low income, that's been difficult to pay for. One would think, well, Michelle, there's no doubt that you're going to get your 8 hours covered, if not more, offered to you, because you're mostly bedbound, right? I was told maybe I'll get 4 hours a day covered, and if that, I should be lucky. So a little bit concerned about that. Also concerned because a lot of times my disabilities are highly, highly misunderstood. For example, spasticity. The PT person that I had before actually would say to me, oh, just relax, just relax. I'm like, I'm not nervous. No, just relax, because in their mind, they thought the reason why I'm getting spastic was because I was nervous. And that's why. It had nothing to do in their mind with the fact that they've been moving my goddamn leg and arms repeatedly. Another thing that happens is people do not understand my cognitive, quote, impairment, or basically I have problems processing information in real time. Yeah, and it's like sometimes it's a little bit, again, it's a fucking spectrum. I don't know why people are so like, it's not consistent, therefore it can't be valid. That's, sometimes I can process what people are saying to me and information around me without flawlessly, but sometimes there's a little bit of a delay. Sometimes there's a moderate delay. Sometimes there's a more of a severe delay, and I will not be able to process my surroundings, and then I won't be able to process where I am. The PT that I had from the physical therapist that I had from visiting nurse service said to my home health aide at the time in the other room, but still in a fucking earshot, you know, it's not consistent. Maybe she's faking it. So I'm a little, not only is that frustrating, but also I'm concerned, because what if this nurse misunderstands my parts of my disability and then I don't get the help I need? So what's going to happen? I don't know. And just because your body is requiring more help than what the system is willing to provide at this point in time, don't put that shit on you. And I say that because there really was a point where I was like, God, you know, if my body, because meanwhile I'm watching my savings just bleed out, and I'm like, God, if my body wasn't so fucking needy, it wouldn't be so hard. And I'm like, and I was like, whoa, I need to nip that shit in the bud, because that's some internalized ableism that I need to fucking unpack, because the problem is not my body, the problem is the system. And I got enough on my plate to then, you know, throw on some internalized ableism and some self-hate. Internalized ableism, internalized oppression is a fucker. It's like It'll seep in, and if you're not mindful, that shit will seep in. And sometimes you're so busy surviving and getting through things and trying to get your services, trying to get your basic needs met, that it will seep in because it's so hard to be mindful. And especially maybe if you don't process information in real time. Anyway, hope you are well. Be good to yourselves. And leave your comments in the comment section. And I will see you next video. Jazz hands.